Right. Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning, Hector.
Yeah, thanks for your time. So how's it been the last 2 weeks? You've managed to put in some productive time with the guys who weren't away on international duty?
I think so. I hope. The first week I was not here. I took some time off. Of course, we couldn't travel anywhere, so I just stayed in my house and relaxed and be ready for the run-in. But the good news is I have a fantastic staff, and they did a good job with the boys who were in. And some needed a little extra, so we arranged a game Thursday against Charlton. So it's good to give some game time to some of the players, and then the players had the opportunity to rest a bit over the weekend, 4 days off. So that was really needed and good for them. Then we know the internationals. You can say it's tough for them, but in the other way, they changed to a different environment, seeing old friends or good friends and playing for the country. So that more or less, from my perspective, always bring them energy. And then this week it's been unbelievable, fantastic to actually train Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday. I really enjoyed that. So that's good.
We know it's a relentless season, and the players sometimes you might occasionally rotate them to freshen them up. Was that first week? Was that a case of perhaps rotating the head coach, just giving you a chance to rejuvenate a bit?
That was definitely rotating the head coach, yeah, to make sure that I recharge the batteries. So that it was needed. So I'm ready to go again.
What sort of bill of health have you got, both from the players who were away and also the ones that weren't away on international duty ahead of the game tomorrow?
So what is the status? Sorry, or what?
The sort of bill of health, the sort of any fitness status on the squad.
Everyone is available. Let me think. That was available the last game against Nottingham. Yes. So and no new ones are ready to join. For example, Rico and Josh. There'll be a statement later before the game from the club. The status on the players.
Excellent. And do you think everyone's perhaps, it was maybe a little bit frustrating, there were some points dropped, weren't there, in the week before the break, and those couple of games in that final week before the international break? Do you think people have worked that frustration out, the players?
Yeah, I hope they have, especially if we talk about 24 hours after a game, try to put it behind us. Of course, that's a principle that sometimes can be difficult to actually live by. But I think in international football and in especially this season, 2 weeks ago is like, I don't know, a different season. So that's long gone, and we look forward and we're ready to attack tomorrow.
We're now into the big run in, aren't we? No more breaks, 9 games left. I had a quick look at the situation last season, because I know fans occasionally get frustrated. Last season, after 37 games, you were 10 points behind West Brom and you didn't have a game in hand. This season, you're 7 points behind Watford, but with a game in hand in second place. So you're not in bad shape, are you?
I definitely don't think so. I think the big thing is that, as you said, we need to look at the bigger picture. Sometimes to get that overview, and that can be difficult for fans, and difficult for me, players, everyone involved, because we are running in this hamster wheel every day. So sometimes we have that extra, how can you say, clear view of how the things actually stands. So I think it's an excellent point, Hector. All those points are right, you just said there. On top of that, we have 8 points more compared to last season, this moment in time. That's incredible. We sold the 2 best offensive players in the league, 2 of our best players. We need to replace them with new players. I think, okay, it's not 100% sure, but I think that we've been maybe the team in the top 4 that've been maybe most unlucky with some injuries to key players. So if you look at Pontus and Christian being out for a big part of the season, Justice Silva and Rico being out for a big part, and it will be a big part of the season. That means a lot to every team. What I would and that's been unlucky injuries. Our medical guys have done an unbelievable job to get them back in quick, and quicker than we actually thought. So with all that in perspective, we've done amazingly. And I think when we're going into this run-in, it's about what we've tried to do the whole season: keep the eye on ourselves, keep our pace, try to increase it if like we are in a race. We can't lose focus because maybe we fall over. If the one you are racing against are increasing the tempo, don't stress, because we know when we can hopefully go for our kill if we know ourselves. I think it's all about that. Keep the noise away, and look at what we have done so far.
What was I going to say? What do you think the players have learned from? I'll give you an example. A few years ago, Brighton missed out on the top two on goal difference to Middlesbrough, and the next season they came back under Chris Hughton and they got promoted. So there was a reaction there, obviously of the right type. What do you think the players sort of maybe learned from last year and can take into this run-in?
I think in life and with everything, we need to experience on our own body. It's like when parents telling children that no, you can't do that, or you need to be aware of that, but they don't really know because they haven't tried it, they haven't been in that situation. So now we have been in that situation last year, more or less the whole squad, which is a massive help. So you know how you react, you know how you did last year. So I think that is key. That there could be more coolness, and also that we know we are in a good place. We know it's impossible. So we know it's possible to get a lot of points in these games if we stay cool and focus on the next game. And then, of course, the big moment will be in the end of the season, where it may be getting closer, and that we will see how much we learned. The funny thing is, if we, let's say, play 2 fantastic games in the season, but we still lose because we're unlucky, are we then crumbling, or are we just unlucky? We never know. But let's see. Let's start winning tomorrow and then see how things go.
And then just final one from me. As we mentioned earlier, Watford, you're 7 points behind them. With the game in hand, you've still got to play them at home this season. Is the belief there that you still can get that second place?
I think, we set the whole season 1 game at a time. I think that's incredible important to still do that. But of course, we know there's 9 games to go. So of course we go for top 2. Of course we do. And we'll do everything we can to try to achieve that. But again, we can only focus on what we can affect, and that is the game tomorrow against Huddersfield.
All right, thanks very much for your time, Thomas. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Hector.